So what's going on, guys? The truck guy here. Today I wanted to get back to you with another unboxing and review, and today I wanted to review the Stanley Classic 99 utility knives. I picked up both the fixed blade utility knife and the retractable utility knife. Guys, these are the absolute most classic, most basic utility knives that you can pick up, the Stanley Classic 99. It's what we all think of when we think of a utility knife, and we remember our dads carrying a knife like this when there was just way less selection at places like Home Depot. Now you walk in and you see, 25 or 30 different utility knives with all sorts of different features. And if you're into utility knives, check out my channel because I've reviewed, almost every utility knife at Home Depot. So you're gonna really like my channel here, so definitely subscribe if you're into this type of stuff. But let's dive into the review and get these knives open. So with the Classic 99 utility knives, these require that you take the screw out to get into the knife and get to your blade storage, as well as for these knives, just to get the packaging off, you need to remove that screw to get the packaging out. And with the fixed blade Classic 99, your one blade that it comes with is actually going to be in the knife when you buy it. So one of the cool things while I've got it open is you can load this up, guys, with, I think you could get about 10 blades in there, which is always nice if you're working on a tough job to be able to dive in and get your knives or get your blades like that. But the problem is you've got to go in and unscrew it every time you want to do that. So with the fixed blade, you've got two positions. You could have less of your blade out, or you can pop the blade over and have a little bit more of it out. I think it makes more sense to have more of your blade exposed, just more cutting area. So I would opt for that position. But once you've got your knife positioned properly, pop the cover back on and then get the knife screwed shut. And once you've got your screw in there tightly, this is your knife, guys. There's no retractable feature on this knife. You've got a kind of a lanyard loop hole at the back here. But other than that, guys, this is your knife. I wouldn't recommend this, the fixed blade knife. It's a 1 cent more expensive than the retractable. And every time you want to change this blade out, you're going to have to unscrew your knife, take it apart, and pop in a new blade. But the reason I would recommend this, if you're thinking about it, is the fact that you get no wobble with this knife whatsoever. No wiggle, no nothing. It's a no frills knife, but it's also got really, really solid construction. So if you need a utility knife that is not going to move at all, this is your knife. The fixed blade Stanley Classic 99. This is your blade. But I would say for 1 cent cheaper, if I was looking at these knives, I would grab the retractable version. And let's go ahead and get this knife open. See if we got the screw out far enough. We'll get the packaging off the Stanley Classic 99 retractable knife. Get that open, get the packaging off. This one comes with 3 blades, so for 1 cent cheaper you're also getting a few more blades, plus some additional features like the retractable blade. So I think this is probably the knife I'd recommend between the two. But you go ahead and get the slider put back in there, and this is not the easiest knife to work with, guys, so if you don't like fiddling with the knife, this is probably not the knife for you, but every time you want to access that blade storage while I've got it open here, guys, you're going to have to unscrew this knife and you're going to have to reset your retractable button and make sure it's all lined up. But once it is, go ahead and put your screw back in, get your knife closed up, and then you've got your retractable knife. And you've got a few different positions as you retract the knife up and down that you can lock into. If you want to get up to that top position, just hold the button down, slide it up and back. And if you've got extra blades in there, you're going to be able to hear them in this knife. So overall, I'm not a big fan of this slider. I really don't like having all those positions to have to click through. Obviously you can just hold it down and avoid those positions, but you're going to hear them, you know, every time you go up and back. So again, this is the most classic utility knife you can buy, but I'm just not a fan. You know, it's going to get the job done for you. This thing's going to last a lifetime. It's a good solid knife, but it's just nothing special, guys. If I was going to pick between the two, this has more features. If you're going to be carrying this around every day, this is going to be a nicer knife for you. But if you're really working on some, you know, precise projects and you want a blade with no wiggle, you know, I'm actually coming around now to this fixed blade being a good option for guys that, you know, are doing something really precise. So you've got two really inexpensive options here with the Stanley Classic 99s, but they also offer their quick change retractable kind of upgraded Classic 99 at Home Depot. This is $5.47, so for $1 more you can get this knife, which really has a beautiful sliding mechanism, and it's got the pop-out blade storage. So I can't really think of a reason why you'd buy this knife, the Classic 99 retractable, over this knife with quick change. For $1 you can really upgrade your Stanley blade, and this is a much nicer knife, and it's just going to be easier to use, and just knock out your jobs faster with this knife. So again, guys, I wouldn't recommend either of these knives. I wanted to pick them up because they're the classics. They're what we're used to, but neither of these knives are going to be worth your money. If you're going to go to Home Depot and pick out a utility knife, get the more upgraded Stanley. You're going to be a lot happier, and for $1 more, that's nothing to get these extra features. So that's it, guys. Please hit me up with a like or subscribe if you can, and as always, we'll talk to you on the next video.